All right. If you want to see a more in-depth thing, then go and watch the rotate and reflect video. But this is just a real quick run through. Okay. Here's how to draw half of something. If it's symmetrical, like a heart, then you can draw half of it like so. Okay, and I'm going to add an anchor point here. Bring this down, bring this around. Okay, so now we've got half a heart. Okay, so one way that you can take that half a heart and make it a whole heart is by hitting O, or getting your reflect tool, Alt-click, choose across a vertical axis or a horizontal axis, click copy. Okay, and then you combine your shapes. So let's get those to match up like that. Okay, and these two are kind of far apart, so I'm going to take my wide arrow tool, select both of them, hold shift, select both of them, grab object, path, average, click both, object, path, join. Now they're combined, now they're one anchor point. Okay, down here I can do the same thing. And I can press Command J, or Object Path Join. Okay, and now I have that reflected heart. Okay, to use the Rotate tool in an interesting way, you can draw a clock. So let's start at noon. Alt-click to choose the pivot point. Then from here, we're going to do 360 degrees, which is a circle, divided by the number of times that we want it to click, which is 12, since we're doing 12 times around, and we'll go copy, Command D, Command D, Command D, Command D. Every time you Command D, it will redo the last step. So that can give you a clock. If you wanted to do the same thing, you could do minutes. So let's grab this, and let's just make a circle. For minutes, we'll make that circle red so we can see it. Okay, and then I'm going to hold R, Alt-click in the center again, and instead of doing 360 divided by 12, we'll do 360 divided by 60. Hit copy, then hold Command D, and that gives you your minutes. Another thing that you can do is something like this, where you give yourself segments to work in. So let's do a line. I'm going to hit my black arrow tool, deselect, and select it so I have the entire line. Then I'm going to double click on my rotate, and I'm going to go 360 divided by 5, hit copy, Command D, Command D, Command D. Okay, and I now have segments. And this will give me a guide of how to do something, right? So let's say that I wanted to make a daisy, okay? And I want 10 petals, and I want those petals to fit, in there. So what I can do is I can start and I can make a circle. Okay, I'm going to give that a brownish stroke. Okay, I'm going to use my line width tool right here to grab that stroke and make it bigger. Okay, and just on the outside. One moment. Okay, so once I have that, then I can come in and I can make adjustments on the anchor points. And I can grab this guy, have him fit into that section, continue to make adjustments. Okay, and then once you have that, grab him, hit the R, Alt-click in the center, 360 divided by 10, copy, Command D, Command D, Command D, Command D, Command D, Command D. So you will find a lot of different uses for rotate and reflect and the Command D. Command D will duplicate anything that you do, and rotate and reflect, you can get all kinds of different effects. Currency, you can rotate them, change the position, and it gives you, spire graphs. I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can do with rotate and reflect, so it's a very good skill to have. For more vector graphics, Adobe Illustrator tutorials, and how to learn the program, check out my YouTube channel and look for the playlist Vector Graphics Tutorials. You can also follow me on Twitter.